So that's
that
something to
area.
bear in mind.
But
So just two more.
two more.
Yeah, just two more
I give you
products.
so much things.
Yeah. So this
Oh,
here is magnesium oil spray. I find this here to be very fascinating. Tell me about this one. One of the things I know is that I
did you
recently
smell
learned
it?
within the last few years of is that we need magnesium. Magnesium is an important is a mineral, right?
Yeah, magnesium, because
Is an
magnesium is
important
a thing that
mineral for our body,
yeah
you know?
we don't get enough magnesium and all that from our foods.
Yeah.
We need magnesium in our diet.
I
And
find it very I'm excited to use this. So
the
this is
best way
magnesium
to
oil
get,
spray.
huh?
So so this is magnesium oil spray. So tell me about this idea and how often you use it, like how you will use it and all that. And
Well,
why you would use it.
okay, well, I used to get cramps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And naturally when you suffer, well, me, I don't know about other people, but when you're suffering with something, you go to the internet and you try
Mm-hmm.
to see what is good for this thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, so they said that magnesium, it
Mm-hmm.
is a lack of magnesium and all that in your diet.
Mm-hmm.
And, um, and because of my age,
Mm-hmm.
like calcium and the same, there's magnesium thing. The calcium and the same magnesium, they don't stay
Mm-hmm.
in our bodies like how they would stay in a younger person's body.
Mm-hmm.
So what used to happen to me, like every time I go to sleep, and this caused too because I do a lot of walking. In my job, I do a lot of walking.
Yeah.
So when you come home and you take a shower and all that, and your feet are relaxing, the
Mm-hmm.
muscles start to seize up and tense up,
Yeah.
and that is what is called cramp, and it really hurts because
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes it just throw you off of the bed because it is so painful.
All right.
So I used to suffer with it a lot, and I did research. I said, what is good for this thing? I need to, and that's what I do all the time. I go to the
Mm-hmm.
internet to find out if I have an ailment. I go to the internet to find out what herb is good for that ailment.
Yeah.
So they said magnesium, a magnesium oil,
Mm-hmm.
magnesium spray is good because when you
Mm-hmm.
take the magnesium internally,
All right. So what made you decide to do it in like this oil spray?
because the spray they because in the research that I was doing and stuff like that, they said that
Mm-hmm.
the when you take it internally, it is not as good as when you spray it on,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you can spray, just you don't even have to like spray all over your skin or anything. You could spray on if your arm and it goes
Wow.
into the human
Yeah.
body got certain part
Yeah.
like pressure part
Yeah.
that are good for it to
So
take
how would you use it?
underneath my feet.
Uh-huh.
I spray on my feet.
Uh-huh.
So before I go to bed, because
Mm-hmm.
everything, every if you look at, I got a book there called The Human Body, and if you look at the human body,
Mm-hmm.
everything is connected to the feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So because everything is connected to the feet,
Yeah.
you can spray it to the bottom of your feet, and it can go everywhere. Then I will spray underneath my arm,
Mhm.
Sometimes you can spray oil. Some people spray. I see people spray on the. Um, I did a video. I have a video up there with it now.
Mhm.
I have a video up there with it showing you
Mhm.
um, where you spray and stuff like that.
Oh, really? I didn't see that
I
one.
have a
Okay.
video up there teaching how I made it because
Yeah.
all it is distilled water and magnesium flakes.
Mm.
Not this,
Yeah.
but this. Let me show you
Wow.
magnesium. So these are
Yeah. Where do you get all that stuff from?
um Amazon. You know,
Okay.
some things I buy from the people, but Amazon basically.
Mm.
Um,
Okay.
so so it's a 50, it's 50-50 ratio, or
Mm.
you could make a 60-40 ratio to distill
Mm.
water. And you always
Mm.
have to use distilled water in any product or anything that you're making that needs water. You have to use distilled water.
Mhm.
You cannot use, you know, some people sometimes use boiled water too, but I buy
Mhm.
the distilled water because with the distilled water, that is the water's purest form. So the
Mhm.
bacteria is not going to get bacteria as fast as
Mhm.
regular water.
Okay. All right. So we do the last one, and then we start to wrap up. My kids actually
Okay.
started to knock on the door because they want to do family TV time. So I can definitely divide this into two parts because it went on long. Mm?
How long we were on?
2 hours and 20 minutes. About 2 hours and 20 minutes we've been doing this.
Um,
So this are some capsules. You just recently up your ante and start making capsules. Now you up your game and started making capsules.
yeah, I
Okay,
tell
you
you that I get
badass lady.
I just get
Hmm.
it one morning and decide, you know what? I go start making my own capsules because I
I
can be
mean
making
that
I
just
can use
amazes
this.
me.
Hmm?
Wow. I said that just amazes me. Wow. And these are
Yeah,
such good capsules too. Like Moringa. Let me see if I can find that camera. Moringa, beet, camera, beet, and turmeric.
yeah.
So, one of the things I
And
know
that's
about
the
beet
thing
is
I'm
that
gonna.
beet is good for high blood pressure. So, I would like to make these. We can do a capsule video, you and I. Make
Yeah,
these for my husband because he has high blood pressure. I've
yeah,
heard about moringa, how good it is for the body. You
yeah.
know,
Because it said
did
it's
you
the
do a
medical.
video on moringa?
Yeah, I did a video on Moringa is up there and Sweet Honey's Naturals.
Mm-hmm. And I heard about moringa. I hear that that's a super stuff. You could
Super
take.
food.
Can you tell me briefly, like real quick, like what was moringa good for?
You sure you want me to? Let's look.
Or you can't tell me real quick.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things. So let's put it this way.
Mm,
We need, they call it the miracle tree. That's what
mm-hmm,
they call it, right? And they call it
mm,
that because Moringa has in 92 of the vitamins and minerals out of the 102 vitamins and minerals that we need
mm-hmm,
in our diet daily. Moringa has 92 of those. So, and the thing that I loved about it is
mm-hmm,
when you, and this might be a little embarrassing thing, but
mm-hmm,
when you are going through menopause and all of that, and
mm-hmm,
the same thing that I told you about the magnesium, all those things,
mm-hmm,
you suffer with constipation a lot. And
mm-hmm,
you suffer with constipation because your body. is not working the same way how it used to work when you were
Yeah.
younger, because you're
Right.
not retaining a lot of the vitamins and different things that you need,
Mhm.
like magnesium and different things that you need to retain in your body. So
Mhm.
what happens is that the moringa, because it has in all of those things, it
Mhm.
keeps you regular.
Mhm. Oh
You don't have to
wow.
worry. You don't have to worry about going to the bathroom when you
Mhm.
use the moringa. And
Mhm.
another capsule I want to add to that because you know I think I have it in a tincture. I think I mix it with the beetroot,
Mhm.
spirulina, and beetroot. I think I have that video up there that I did years ago.
Mhm.
But I will make spirulina too because spirulina
Mhm.
is an algae
I
and
never
it's
even heard of
very
that
good.
one though. I didn't even know what that one is.
So
But I
we
learning
can
from
talk
you.
about
You
that another
learning, yeah, you learning so that I can learn. And again, turmeric. You want to say quickly what turmeric good for?
well, turmeric is good for
Mm.
inflammation in your body. And what this
Yeah.
is why I tell everybody, all the itis, like
Mm.
arthritis,
Mm.
bursitis, all the
Mm.
different itis
Mm.
is inflammation. So
Mm.
when you have things in your body, is information that is in your body.
Mm.
And turmeric is good for inflammation, but to help the turmeric work
Mm.
effectively, because that I have in a capsule
Mm.
is the same mixture that I mix for the golden milk, which is the turmeric milk, right?
Yeah.
And I have a video up there how you make the golden milk.
Yeah.
So it's good for the inflammation in your body. So suppose you are suffering with different aches and pains and all of that
Mm.
there. So turmeric
Mm.
helps with that because of the inflammation. But
Yeah.
to help the turmeric
Inflammation. Inflammation. She is saying
inflammation,
inflammation, not information.
I know. But
No, I
anyway,
telling anybody that might think you're saying information. She is saying
inflammation.
inflammation.
Yeah,
Right.
so but anyway, so let me tell you this
Yeah.
quickly because I need to tell you this part.
Mm-hmm.
But, to help the turmeric to work effectively,
Mm-hmm.
you have it has something in it called curcumin.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the turmeric has in the
Mm-hmm.
curcumin, and then it needs the purpurin.
Mm-hmm.
I can't pronounce these words, but the purpurin in black pepper
Mm-hmm.
to help it to work to get into the joints
Mm-hmm.
and the bloodstream and the everything the way it
Mm-hmm.
should. The two of
Mm-hmm.
those things have to work together.
So in those
So,
capsules, you have black pepper and turmeric.
so they have black bell, but along with the black pepper, I also put some cayenne pepper and I put some garlic.
Mm-hmm. In the
Um,
turmeric one.
any turmeric one, I put
Mhm.
garlic and I put the
You got
but
any
no, obviously the main star of the show is the turmeric.
turmeric? So
So
you got any like capsule making videos yet?
oh no, I because I only
Okay.
just started doing those like a few
All
months
right.
ago. So I
Yeah.
didn't put any up there yet.
Okay, so let's wrap up. We never intended for the recording to be this long,
Yeah,
but I'm glad it did. It is what it is. I'm glad it is what it is. We'll divide it in two because it's a very informative video, and it went really well. Barely needs editing. So remember to subscribe to our channels. Sweet Annie's Natural, Sweet Annie's Face, Sweet Annie's Kitchen, and my channel is the my channel is Tish Era INFJ, and the title of it really is Letitia Learns Life, where I talk about all the different things that I am learning as a 42-year old millennial, mom of 5 children. And we in an interesting timeline, so it's an interesting time to be alive. I'm getting to know myself and love myself in a bigger way than I ever have, at a time where everything around me seems to be falling apart and going on fire, and everything that I learn about what is right and what is good is not the loudest thing right now. The loudest thing is the opposite of all the good stuff that I learned about being a good human. So I'm learning how to deal with that as an empath, and navigate the world where it's like minefields everywhere, dark minefields and ugliness and darkness and all that kind of stuff. And how I'm learning how to be a light worker and be a light in a time of darkness. And my mom is learning how to become a healer, you know, and step into her divine feminine role as a woman in her 60s. She's dancing and enjoying life again, and really starting to love herself also in a way that we've never before, that we haven't ever, you know. And it's just fascinating that that is happening at a time, like I said, where all the other ugly stuff happening, where the worst of humanity is the loudest thing. So you have to really look for the stars.
Yeah.
You have to look for the stars.
And one thing I want to say quickly before we go to is
Mm,
I am not a medical doctor or anything like that. And this
mm,
is just a disclaimer,
yeah,
right? Because I don't want this channel to get thing. I'm not a medical doctor, and anything that we said today in this video was strictly for informational purposes
mm,
only, and how I deal with the stuff
yeah,
that I deal with. I'm not
yeah.
telling you not to listen to your doctor or anything like that.
Yeah, we're not advising y'all to not listen to your doctor, like my mom says. Just teaching you a little bit of prevention, and maybe like how to care
Exactly,
for ourselves so that we don't need the doctor as much. Well, for the major
exactly,
emergencies, you gotta go get your checkup. But for the major
exactly,
emergencies, um,
exactly.
if we could prevent things, that would be wonderful.
That's what I said. It's better
Or
not
if we
to
could
be
slow
reactive.
things down, or start to heal naturally in some areas, that would be wonderful. So
Right. And, and,
like I
and,
said.
and the turmeric capsule is awesome for that. Um,
mm,
and if you could do the golden milk, which is the turmeric tea, that is awesome for that because it is for any kind of inflammation that you
mm,
have in your body. So
yeah.
that would be a good thing. And the moringa. So that is why that's the two capsules that we started on. We made lion's mane capsules too.
Oh yeah, I like lion's mane. That's good for focus and alertness and focus, and
And for the brain and all
good for
that.
brain health, good for brain stuff. you know
Exactly.
so more to
So
come. Yeah. So
so
the yeah.
we are definitely going to, because Letitia and I has to make some capsules, so we can
mm,
definitely put a video up there of how
yeah.
we make our capsules.
So yeah, there's
Mm.
gonna be more to come, and chapters in the description so that you could watch it, if you don't have the time, you can watch it in parts. And like I said, remember to subscribe and like and share and comment, and do all the
Do all the
things that
good
would
stuff.
assist us in our YouTube growth. And you know how it is, like, we are new to what we are doing, okay? But we are growing, and we are learning, and we intend to do good things. We intend to make the world a better place in whatever way we can, and to be a light. And one of these days, when I get my first 100 subscribers on my channel, we will start to do lives, and I look forward to that day. You know,
And the thing
I look
about
forward to
it
that day.
is, and the thing about it, Letitia, is I remember when I got that first 100 subscribers, I celebrated so much. I did a actual video. Um, for my 100 subscribers because it was such an exciting thing because it is so hard to get
Yeah.
to 100
Yeah.
subscribers. And then when you get to 500 subscribers, you celebrate it again.
Yeah, because
Then when I
you
got
have
to
to work
1,000
really hard for
subscribers,
all these subscribers. To
huh,
build up a YouTube channel is not an easy thing.
it's not an easy thing at
It's
all.
not an easy thing. It takes a
Especially
lot of hard work.
especially when they have such great channels out there now. Before
Hmm. Yeah, there's so many options.
it
You
would have
know, this
been
is why I say you gotta be yourself because you gotta find the audience that appeal to you. You know, I mean that
exactly.
that that you appeal to, I should say, and and you gotta love it. You gotta love it because you cannot get your value, your validation from other people. You gotta see the beauty in what you do and how you have grown, and it takes a lot. To me, it takes a lot of mental, spiritual health and strength. You have to develop that mental spiritual health so that you could be like you understand what's happening. You understand, you don't have like the amount of likes and what your analytics say define or validate what you have to say, what your purpose, what you feel called to do, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, I we wanna thank everybody for joining us tonight, and I hope that we can do this soon again because I found that was very good and it was
Mm.
very informative. So I hope that a
We
lot
will
of
do it
people out
again.
there will be able to gain from something that we would have said because it was from two different perspectives.
Mm.
So
And
this
I
is
feel
always a
so
good thing.
soft and I smell so good. I smell
Well,
yummy. I feel so
this
soft and
part,
smell
the,
so good.
the oils,
Mm-hmm.
God, you was
Yeah.
putting on everything.